promised, we are back and live all day here at San Diego Comic-Con, coming to you from Entertainment Weekly Suite here at the Hard Rock Hotel. I am Jared Holland. I am so excited to be with the cast and creative team behind the upcoming Gremlins animated series, Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai. We just had the panel, just walked over. All right, how are you guys feeling about what just went down over there? A lot of people, by the way. I thought it was going to be like 600. No, it was like 1,700 people. No big deal.
Yeah, just a nice, giant, full room.
Yeah, right.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, but and you weren't too intimidated. Just some mild body shakes.
Yeah,
so
just mild body shakes. I wasn't freaking out and having a spasm at all.
I didn't know my hands could get that sweaty.
And some of you guys, this is the first time you've watched the episode.
I was.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen it.
Cast,
Yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah.
Well, that's I wanted to get your reaction too, because it's. Well, I'll let you speak about it. What did you guys think?
I teared up.
And by the way,
I got goosebumps.
AJ voices a very important character, Gizmo. So
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. there you go.
That's all you get. Just a
Yeah,
little
teared up a bit.
Oh, I definitely, yeah. I mean, especially hearing that theme song, it's just, and the opening, everything about it, I was like, oh my god, it's Gremlins. Yeah, it's been such a long time since we've seen this world, so it really was very emotional for me. I'm sure it was more emotional for Zach. Yeah.
I mean, when he goes into the box and he does the song and everything, and you can see the whole full circle is going to start. I got a little choked up. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's like when we got to the box, when I had to step back a bit from the podium. I was like, this is just because the series is set many years before the events of the movies, but so many things that we know from the movies, the box that Gizmo kind of lives in, is transported in, is part of this. It is the Wing family. We meet Sam, who we know as a much older man in the movies. Sam, tell everyone about, or Isaac rather, tell everyone about Sam and just kind of the adventure that ensues here and what you enjoy about getting to kind of bring to life there.
Yeah, for sure. Sam's kind of more of a scaredy cat, if anything. He's a very obedient person. He follows everything that his parents say. And you could even see it in the first episode, right? Everything that could include getting hurt and being a hazard, he wanted to stay away from. And he's a very innocent person. He doesn't go out. He doesn't want to do mischievous things. He doesn't want to be a kid. But later on in the show, I can't spoil anything. He does kind of grow up.
Got it. Is that some influence from one Miss L? Gabrielle's character L?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Elle could be an influence on that side of Sam's life, but Elle really has had her innocence taken away from her as a child, as she was abandoned by her parents, and she's really had to fend for herself and take care of herself, and she lived on the street for a very long time. So when she meets Sam, it's not so welcomed. She takes quite a few episodes to warm up to Sam and Gizmo and kind of break down those emotional barriers, but Elle is someone that I really enjoy playing because I tend to gravitate towards characters that have a story that is really important to tell, because I feel like we all have experienced some sort of emotional blockage in our lifetime or has gone through something that wasn't so pleasant, but Elle's story really shows that you can overcome that, and there is a place for you.
Okay, for you guys, the creative team here, we have Z, Brendan, and even art director, correct title?
Correct.
Yes, Tara. Why this specific time, going back to the 1920s, and why animated instead of live action?
I think for us, being able to capture 1920s China through animation and really being able to tell the story with some scope and this kind of epic action-adventure story with horror and comedy elements, we felt like animation was really the perfect medium to do that. And, when we watched the original movies, I think I was always really interested in who this old Mr. Wing was, how their friendship started. And we're really telling not just an origin story about Gizmo and his interactions with the world and humans, but really an origin story for the friendship between Gizmo and Sam and Elle. And it was something that we kept on going back to in the writer's room. How do we tell the story about two humans and one Mogwai who, naturally would distrust each other and telling the story of their friendship has really been kind of one of our North Stars as we're in the writer's room.
Yeah, and the one other thing I'll just add for Y Animation, Joe Dante consults on the show, and one of the things we always learned from him was basically anything that you could make a Gremlins puppet do, you saw on screen because it was just relatively few or how difficult every single puppet was.
Yeah.
So it was the fun from talking with him, from our writer's room, from our artists, from everything. It's like, oh, in animation, what we can do with Gremlins just becomes so much broader. We can just have that much more fun with them.
Yeah. Someone who knows a thing or two about the complication of those, Zach. those original Gremlins. Zach, by the way, was a huge surprise at the panel announcing that he is a voice in the series, but that we can't say too much about. But just coming back into the fold here, you mentioned over there that you got the call about the Super Bowl commercial. At the same time, pretty much the same week, you got the call about this. So it's, I mean, that just must be wild to.
It was. I mean, it was just
stepping back in time a bit.
It was pretty sudden impact, and it was just it was a lot to take in. Also, the timing that it was in June 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, it was just like, really now with the world locked down and all of this, it was crazy. And of course, having to keep a secret about being in this fantastic show for 2 years. That's an NDA right there.
But that's also a good secret keeper.
Yeah.
So you can be trusted.
I can be trusted. It's been an amazing ride for me. I mean, especially, I don't even think the rest of the cast knows this. The first few lines that I did, most of my performance actually was done in my closet because there were no studios that were available. So I'm on my laptop in the closet doing all this stuff. It was amazing. It was really a great experience. I'm thrilled to be part of it.
And you, I think more than anyone, will know how crucial the voice of Gizmo is. I know you were nervous about it, saying like you were nervous to like hear and see people's reaction.
It's a lot of pressure.
I mean, like scale of 1 to 10, how do you do?
Well, the funny thing is that Howie Mandel, who voiced the original one, is a person I've never met in my entire life, 39 years.
Really?
I've never met the man.
Wow.
We've spoken on Twitter, but I've never actually been in the same room with him.
Guess who we have here today?
No! Oh my God, that'd be so great. But it's so strange. We finally, when the Super Bowl commercial came out, we finally did talk to each other on Twitter. But I still to this day I've never met him, and I'm so associated with Gizmo. It's kind of weird. But I thought AJ did a great job. I thought it was actually fairly indistinguishable. Great job. I thought it was actually fairly indistinguishable from the other. I mean, it was very similar.
I haven't heard your assessment yet. So I've been nervous this whole
on
day.
the spot right here.
Yeah,
Well,
what is that thing?
You're like, he's not saying anything. Why is he saying anything?
Why is he saying things? Well, was there a question in there other than just putting me on the spot?
His thoughts on what you did, but I mean, was there I know you went back, you listened, you kind of, checked out. I think what was the word you used in the panel to make sure that you
library?
were...
Or voice matching?
Yeah, the voice matching. But was there a particular, like, a scene or something that just, like, unlocked it for you, finding the voice?
I think kind of the piano scene between Billy and when they're doing the... and the little notes and stuff, and he does the song. Like, that's something that I watched over and over again. And I did make a compilation of just sounds, and so I would listen to them in the car, and I'd be like, I'd just be in my car doing that. You look crazy. I mean, that's what you do as a voice actor.
Somebody thought you were a madman.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
What is this guy doing?
There's a great story with Mark Hamill where he talks about like him on the way to audition for a callback for the Joker, where he's just going, like doing his laugh, like, how did I do it? And like that's how I feel. Where like on the way to a session, I'm listening to, because we also do I'll do the evil Mogwai and stuff. The Gremlins is that a spoiler? We know they're going to show up. Right? Okay.
I can't believe you said
spoiled.
Sorry. But yeah, it's me just in my car going like, like doing all that stuff to get ready. So but yeah, I definitely have a bank of Gizmo stuff that I listen to incessantly.
It's astounding every time you do it. I know that.
Right?
So many times.
Thank you.
Every time you do it, I'm like, oh my God, he's really doing the voice.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a hard voice.
Well, and an iconic character. Quickly, before we wrap up here, I just want to say, obviously, there have been some comments made publicly recently about who a certain Gizmo looks like.
Yes.
Anything you want to say about that? And what Joe had to say about feeling like Gizmo was a ripoff, or Baby Yoda was a ripoff of Gizmo.
I will say, Joe is Gizmo's rep. He's Gizmo's agent. So if anybody knows, I'm not sure what, I'm sure there's contract negotiations and such going on. But Gizmo, any thoughts?
Well, probably... If you want to translate, that's fine.
Take
but
that, Baby Yoda.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that says it all.
Baby Yoda.
There'll be subtitles.
Yeah,
someone will
exactly.
translate
We will
that.
throw them in, yeah. Well, guys, congratulations on the show. By the way, we didn't get a question to you, but your artwork is absolutely stunning in this, and it's really fantastic. And can't wait for everyone to see. You'll have to wait a little longer, not until 2023 on HBO Max, but guys, congrats on it. It's so great having all of you here. And we have enjoyed having you here with us, too. Don't go anywhere. We have more interviews coming to you throughout the day, and you can check out all of our coverage of Comic-Con on EW.com.